Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Vande Navaghanashyamam Pitakauseyavasasam Sanandam Sundaram Shuddham Shri Krishnam Prakrite Param Hridam Bhoje Krishna Sajal Jal Dashyamal Tanu Sarojaksha Sragvi Mukut Katkadya Bharanvan Sharadrakanatha Pratimavadana Shri Muralikan Vahandhyeyo Gopi Ganaparivritaha Kumkumachitaha Namah Kamalna Namah Kamaline Namah Kamalpadaya Namaste Kamale Kshana Yo Brahmanam Vidadhati Purvam Yo Vai Vedanscha Prahinoti Tasmai Tagmungha Devamatma Buddhi Prakasham Mumukchurvai Sharanamaham Prapadye. Dear devotees, Today we're going to be singing a Pad Kirtan from Prem Ras Madira, Leela Madhuri, Pad number 12. A couple of days ago we were singing a whole pad about the golden complexion of Radharani. Tonight we're going to be singing a pad about the complexion of Shri Krishna, which is compared to a fresh rain-laden cloud. These pads by Shri Maharaj sometimes describe the happenings of a Leela and sometimes describe the details of Rup Dhyan, the details of Radha Krishna's appearance, so that we can fully engross our mind in those details and thereby purify our mind. Let us sing the first line of this pad, and then we'll talk more about those details. Dwai Savana Samga Bhaya, Dekhu Sakhi
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 Dwai Savana Samga Bhaya, We heard the other evening that Radharani's complexion is golden, and one of the examples given is the champa flower. There is no material instance and no material example that can correctly depict the divine complexion of Radha or Krishna, but saints describe it nonetheless using things that we've seen or things that we could see in this world so that we can form the image. Without this, how do we practice Rup Dhyan? The science of Rup Dhyan has been explained to us by Shree Maharaj Ji, that without a divine mind, no one can correctly conceive the form of Radha Krishna. It's impossible. Their body is made of Sat Chit Anand, and our mind is made of Maya. A Mayic mind can only imagine Mayic things. It can never imagine a divine thing. And yet the path of getting a divine mind is to imagine divine things with our material mind. Why does it work? Only the grace of God. Radha Krishna say, how would you imagine our actual divine form? It's impossible. So we meet you halfway. You imagine us with the feeling that this is really us, and we grace you accordingly. That's it. So simple. That is our practice of surrender. That is an act of surrender, that faithful act of just seeing the form of Shri Krishna and saying, this is Krishna. I know he's here. That faithful act is rewarded with grace by Shri Krishna. That's how it works. Guru is the intermediary. Guru is the deliverer of that grace. It is none other than Shri Krishna's grace. Thus, when we do Rup Dhyan, it is our means of connecting with Shri Krishna through the grace of the Guru. Or think of it another way. Shri Krishna has instructed us and Guru has instructed us to do Rup Dhyan, and that Agya, or that instruction for practicing devotion, has already been imbued with Kripa. So when we follow that instruction, we automatically receive the Kripa. Well, Radha Krishna come to us through this Rup Dhyan. Guru brings them to us through this Rup Dhyan. It's true we can't reach them, but they are right here. They're even residing within our mind. The very mind we're using to do this, what Maharaj has called Nakali Rup Dhyan. This is not the real Rup Dhyan, because if you do the real Rup Dhyan, Radha Krishna will be there forever. You'll meet them face to face the moment you do the real Rup Dhyan. But to be able to do that Asli Rup Dhyan, you have to practice Nakali Rup Dhyan. Nakali Rup Dhyan means in our Mayic mind, we're imagining Radha Krishna to the best of our ability, but we know they're much more beautiful than that. We know that whatever we can imagine, well, would be based on what we've seen in this world and what our Mayic mind can imagine. Then how can we imagine real Radha Krishna? We know. But we also know that Radha Krishna just say, no, you just try. This is the means of joining your mind with us. So you try, whatever you imagine, that will be that for you. And when your mind is fully purified through this process, real divine form, then you'll see our real divine form. Then you would be able to conceive our actual divine form. So the means of getting there is very simple. Just practice this Nakli Rup Dhyan. And what is the tool we use for this? Our mind, or you could even say our imagination. When people hear the word imagination, they think of a child. Imagining is something a child does. Our mind is always imagining. We're imagining meeting with our friend. We're imagining their face. Oh, I'll surprise them with this gift. What will their smile be like when I do that? This is all imagination. So our mind is naturally and continually having these imaginations. This is what the man does. Yahi man ka kaam hai, is always creating images of desired situations or whatever we're attached to. Mind is always, it's like a steady flow, like a movie going in our mind all the time, all these imaginations. So we shouldn't think of imagination as something childish. Is it simple? Yes, it's simple. That's why bhakti is for everybody. This is why we're all adhikari. We're all qualified for the path of devotion. Because the path is so simple, even a child could do it. Now, it doesn't mean that it's easy to direct those imaginations of the mind to Radha Krishna, right? You're trying to do Roop Dhyan on Radha Krishna, and it's not that the mind is not imagining at that time, it's just imagining other things. It's imagining a conversation you had with someone or you will have with someone. It's imagining all the things you have to do when you're done your devotions. It's imagining something all the time. We call it smaran, chintan. It's imagining. So the mind knows how to imagine. The challenge for us is diverting that constant activity of the mind towards Radha Krishna. And this is why these descriptions in these Pad Kirtan are so valuable. Valuable is not a strong enough word for something that can take us to God realization, a simple description of Shri Krishna's divine form. So how do we imagine Shri Krishna? Saints have said, and Jagadguru Shri Kripalu Ji Maharaj has told us that saints have given 3 prime examples. Shri Krishna's complexion is like that of a blue lotus, the bluish complexion with the softness of the lotus petal. Shri Krishna's complexion is like that of a sapphire. He's glowing. There's a light coming from within him, like the sapphire. And Shri Krishna's complexion is like that of a fresh rain-laden cloud during the Saawan Mas, during the rainy season. When it's actually raining, at that time, the whole sky becomes obscured by the cloud, so you almost can't see the cloud because you're in it. But when it hasn't started raining yet, and you see the cloud approaching, or after the rain has passed, and you see the cloud at some distance, and it's a little brighter over here, which gives the contrast to that dark cloud, then you can appreciate the beauty of that cloud. Oh, look at the deep blue-gray of this rain-laden cloud. So that the deepness of that color that draws you in, like the deepness of Krishna's divine love. This is one more example given. And Shri Maharaj Ji has told one more example of the alsi phool, the linseed or flax flower, which has a light bluish color to it. And in the early morning when the pinkish rays of the sun fall upon that flower, then you get some idea of the bluish complexion of Krishna with the rosy glow of his skin. So these are all things that we can actually take in and try to imagine. In other words, we incorporate it into our Roop Dhyan by thinking of Shri Krishna in this way. So in this pad from Leela Madhuri of Prem Ras Madira, two gopis are talking, and the one gopi is saying that it is now Savan Mas. It's Varsha Ritu. There are 6 seasons described in our scriptures. Vasanta Ritu, the spring season, followed by Grishma Ritu, the hot, dry season, followed by Varsha or Savan season, the rainy season, followed by Sharad Ritu, the autumn season, which is still warm but dry, it doesn't rain hardly at all. And then followed by Hemant Ritu, the cool season, followed by Shishir Ritu, the cold season, and again into Vasanta Ritu, the spring season. So this cycle of these 6 seasons, each of 2 months in duration, continues throughout the whole year. And the Savan Mas is special because many leelas during Radha Krishna's avatar kal, of course, these 6 seasons were also a part of their leelas. And during the Savan Mas, many leelas of Radha Krishna happened. 2 gopis are talking here and saying it's like there's 2 Savan. Why? Because the one Savan brings the dark rain clouds, and the other Savan is like that Savan in a personal form. Shri Krishna, whose own body is like those fresh rain-laden clouds. Savan Maha Janu Tanu Dhari Savan, just like the Savan Mas itself has taken a personal form, Rasa Barasavan I, and has come to Braj to shower the ras of his divine love. So one Savan showers the rain, and the other Savan, Shri Krishna, showers the ras. Itta Savan Ghanasham. This Savan is the dark, rainy clouds. Utte Janu Tanu Ghanasham Janai. And the other one is like that cloud itself has taken a personal form as Shri Krishna. So let us do Roop Dhyan on these 2 lines. Dwai Savana Samga Bhaya Dekhu Sakhi
Dwai Savana Samga Bhaya Dekhu Sakhi
Saawan Maha Janu Tanu Dhari Savan
Savana Maha Janu Tanu Dhari Savan
Savan Maha Janu Tanu Dhari Savan
Savana Maha Janu Tanu Dhari Savan
Ras Barsavan Aya Dekhu Sakhi
Ras Barsavan Aya Dekhu Sakhi
Ras Barsavan
बरसावन आय देखो सखी
सावन द्वै सावन संग भाय देखो सखी
द्वै सावन संग भाय देखो सखी
इत सावन घन श्याम उतैजन
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 तनु घन श्याम जनाय देखो सखी
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 द्वै सावन संग भाय देखो सखी
द्वै सावन संग भाय देखो सखी.
So the first line says Dwai Savan. Dekhu Sakhi. Two gopis are talking. So one gopi is saying to the other, "Oh, look, my friend, there are two Savans, and both of them together. Sang means together. Dwai means two. Dwai Savana Samga, both of them together, Bhay, means they're very pleasing. The Savan Mas is very pleasing because after the Grishma Ritu, it's so hot and so dry, unbearable heat. Now the rainy season brings relief from that heat. And Shri Krishna, of course, is pleasing to the heart to see him. The gopis go on describing. One gopi is saying that, look, this Savan, Ita Savan, Damini Damakani. This Savan has the shining of the flashing lightning, those clouds when you see them just at a distance and they're holding that rain and flashing with the lightning, that's also pleasing to see. And over here, our Ghanasham Sham Sundar, Utta Pitavasana Bharai. His pitambar, the saffron cloth that he wears around his shoulders, is also flashing as it blows in the breeze. It's flashing. So on one side you have the lightning flashing, and on the other side you have Sham Sundar's pitambar flashing. Itta Savan Nabh Indra Dhanusha Utta. So when the rain cloud is just being viewed from some distance, over here it's bright, and over there you see the dark clouds gathering. Over here you might have some rays of the sun, and if there's rain falling over there, then you're going to get the Indra Dhanush, the beauty of the rainbow being produced by the cloud and sun. So over here you have the 7 colors of the rainbow, the Indra Dhanush. And on that side you have the crown of Shri Krishna, which also has all those 7 colors, Marnigana. It's embedded. There are many precious gems embedded in Shri Krishna's mukut, in his beautiful crown. So those are also providing the shine of the Indra Dhanush. So you have diamonds, sapphires, gold, silver, rubies, emeralds, all these precious gems giving all these different colors, just like the Indra Dhanush. So let us meditate on these details of Shri Krishna's flashing pitambar and the beautiful gems of his mukut that are being compared to the lightning and the rainbow. Dwai Savana Samga Bhaya Dekhu Sakhi
Dwai Savana Samga Bhaya Dekhu Sakhi
Ita Savana Damini Damakani
Ita Savana Damini Damakani
Ita Savana Damini Damakani
Ita Savana Damini Damakani
Pita Vasana Bharaya Dekhu Sakhi
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 Ita Savana Nabh Indra Dhanush Utta
Ita मणिनयन मुकुट लखाय देखो सखी
Dwai Savana Samga Bhaya Dekhu Sakhi
Dwai Savana Samga Bhaya Dekho Sakhi.
We have so many options in Roop Dhyan because there are so many details of Shri Krishna's appearance, and each one of those details is a part of his divine personality. If you just think of his mukut, you're thinking of him. You could meditate on his crown and attain God realization. You could meditate just on his pitambar fluttering in the wind and get the divine vision of Shri Krishna. Every part of Radha Krishna's body, dress, ornamentation, everything is them. So if you meditate on any part of them or any part of their decorations, you get the same result, the same outcome of heart purification. Bhavesmin klishyamanana mavidya kama karmabhi shravana smaranarhani karishyan nitikechana. Boys, leave the phones. The Bhagavatam says that Shri Krishna came here to reveal his Naam, Roop, Leela, Guna, Dham, all of that for souls with Mayic minds and such deep Mayic attachments, so that they would have an easy way to become attached to him, that we could attain him by doing smaran of his beautiful form, his decorations, his divine abode, which is being described as well in this Leela. Those clouds are part of Shri Krishna's divine abode. Even if you meditate on the clouds thinking this is Shri Krishna's divine abode, you're getting the same effect of heart purification because Shri Krishna has become his divine abode. Shri Krishna himself is Vrindavan. He has made it so easy for us by descending on the earth and making his names known to us, his form known to us, revealing so many leelas that are then described for us by great saints and the likes of Jagadguru Shree Kripalu Ji Maharaj. And this becomes the means, the very simple, effective, and expeditious means of us attaching our mind to him. But we also have to remember, it's not just a mental exercise of doing this imagination. There has to be an emotional component to it as well. In other words, who is Shri Krishna to us? Oh, he's my divine beloved. I am his gopi. Or any other bhav that you wish to adopt in your Roop Dhyan, that feeling of connection to him has to be there. It's not Krishna like, oh, this is the Rasik Saints Krishna that I am meditating on. Yeah, he belongs to them as well, but he's mine. I want to become one of them, but even now he's mine. What is our identity? When we think of ourselves, I am so-and-so, I am such and such, and this person is my husband, this person is my wife, this is my mother, this is my father. Even though we are dedicated to Shri Krishna, when we think of our identity, we still imagine ourselves as being that person's son, that person's daughter, this person's husband or wife, this person's father or mother. That material identity still dominates our consciousness. But with practice, the identity of belonging to Shri Krishna begins to get infused into our heart, so that in our heart, when we think of ourselves, we think of our identity as being, I am Shri Krishna's beloved. But that only happens with practice. So don't forget, as a part of the Roop Dhyan, we also have to practice feeling that connection to Shri Krishna, that He's my beloved. And I'm meditating on the complexion of my beloved. I'm just remembering, it makes me so happy to think of my beloved Krishna. What does he look like? So Shri Maharaj Ji describes further ahead that one Savan showers the rain on the earth, and the other Savan, Shri Krishna, showers the ras in the lanes of Braj. One Savan through the rain makes all the things that had dried out in the Grishma Ritu again turn green. All the fields turn green, the grass turns green. Trina Avani, Harit, the whole earth, Avani, the whole earth turns green with the one Savan, and the other Savan, Shri Krishna, ties up the green Kachani. So he's also got that green represented. Let us meditate on these two lines of our divine beloved Shri Krishna. Dwai Savana Samga Bhaya Dekhu Sakhi
Dwai Savana Samga Bhaya Dekhu Sakhi
Savana Barsavat Jal Ut
Savana Barsavat Jal
Anand Jal Barsaya Dekhu Sakhi
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 Savana Trina Harit Avani Ut
It Savana Trina Harit
हरित अवनि उत
इत सावन तेन हरित अवनि उत
काछनि हरित सुहाय देखो सखी
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 द्वै सावन संग भाय देखो सखी
द्वै सावन संग भाय देखो सखी
The Sakhi adds one more detail. She says that this Savan, the rainy season, bringing water that pools in a lot of the fields and creates ponds, temporary ponds, it gives the habitat for the frogs to happily start singing. So, ita savana dadur dhuni. The chiming of the frogs is so pleasant to hear during the cooling rainy season. So you have this Savan providing that chiming of the frogs, Uttapaga Nupura Shabda Sunai. And over here you have Sham Sundar with his nupur, with his anklets as he walks or anytime he moves, that also blends in with its own chiming that beautifully blends with the sounds of the frogs. So in the end, Jagadguru Shree Kripalu Ji Maharaj says, although both this Savan, the rainy season, and this Savan are beautiful, Ghanasham, Shri Krishna, both are beautiful in their own right. However, though Kripalu Manabhavan, both Savan are very hard enticing. However, Hili Mili Bhal Chavi Chai. Both together, the Savan Mas, the Varsha Ritu, and our Ghanasham Shri Krishna, when you bring them both together, then the beauty is multiplied exponentially. So just immerse your mind in the ras of Savan Mas and our Savan Ghanasham Shri Krishna. Dwai Savana Samga Bhaya Dekhu Sakhi
Dwai Savana Samga Bhaya Dekho Sakhi
Savana dadur dhuni utpag Savan Dadur Dhuni Utpag
It Savan Dadur Dhuni Utpag
Nupur Shabd Sunaya Dekhu Sakhi
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 Dwai Savana Samga Bhaya Dekhu Sakhi
Dwai Savana Samga Bhaya Dekhu Sakhi
Do Kripalu Man Bhavan Savan
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 Hili mili bhal chhavi chhaya dekhu sakhi
Hili mili bhal छवि छाया देखो सखी
लीली मीली भल छवि छाय देखो सखी
लीली मीली भल छवि छाया देखो सखी
द्वै सावन संग भाय देखो सखी
द्वै सावन संग भाय देखो सखी
दो कृपालु मन भावन सावन
हिली मिली छवि छाय देखो सखी
हिली मिली दो हिली मिली भल छवि छाय देखो सखी
हिली मिली भल छवि छाय देखो सखी
द्वै सावन संग भाय 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 देखो सखी।
बोलो वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की, श्यामा श्याम की. Now we'll continue with the special video of